Hello and welcome to Zaidi Juris Academy's YouTube channel. I am Mohammad Haider Abbas, advocate, and I am the co-founder of a law firm, Zaidi Attorneys and Solicitors. My firm has started this an online initiative for law learning for the aspirants of Clat Ug and PG, Judicial Services, ALIT, and CUET for various humanities-based domain-specific subjects. And here I'm introducing my first course on Clat UG 2023. Zaidi Juris Academy is all pleased to announce its first ever course on Clat UG 2023, which is covering around the current affairs, including general knowledge and legal reasoning. First of all, it is important to have a bare idea about the Clat UG paper. The Clat UG syllabus is based on different sections like general knowledge and current affairs, legal reasoning, logical reasoning, and English. English and logical reasoning together forms around 50% of the total question paper, while current affairs, general knowledge, and legal reasoning, they together form around rest 50% of the paper. What this course is covering is the current affairs and the general knowledge and the legal reasoning. We have developed our syllabus, our contents, our study materials accordingly. Let's have an overview of the Clat UG 2023 course introduced by Zaidi Juris Academy. I hope this is going to be visible to you. So this is an overview of the course. Current affairs, including general knowledge, has 35 to 39 questions, or roughly 25% of the paper. In this section, you will be provided passages of up to 450 words each. The passages will be derived from news, journalistic sources, and other non-fiction writing. The questions may include an examination of legal information or knowledge discussed in or related to the passage, but would not require any additional knowledge of the law beyond the passage. Each passage will be followed by a series of questions that will require you to demonstrate your awareness of various aspects of current affairs and general knowledge. So before we ponder upon the different fields that every passage is going to cover, let us understand what these passages are going to be about and where they are going to be derived from. So these passages are mostly derived from various journalistic sources like newspapers, magazines, and many other research journals. Basically, what the course is going to focus on is that every class will have one passage, will have one article or legal editorial or an editorial based on the current ongoings or current affairs, or discussing thoroughly the general knowledge, including in and around the issue. So basically, there's going to be a legal editorial which will be taught to you, and it will be analyzed in 1.5 hours to 2 hours of class every day. So each passage will be followed by a series of questions. So what is going to be the format? That there is going to be a passage of around 450 words each, and that passage might or might not have been drawn from various journalistic sources like legal editorials or various other editorials which are published in the daily newspapers or various fortnightly or monthly magazines like Frontline, The Hindu, Hindustan Times, and the like. So each passage will be followed by a series of questions that will require you to demonstrate your awareness of various aspects of current affairs and general knowledge, including contemporary events of significance from India and the world, arts and culture, international affairs, and historical events of continuing significance. Every editorial which is published revolves around these four things. It is either based on contemporary events of significance from India and the world. There are various famous journalists who are writing about the various changing foreign policies of India in the changing world scenario. Besides this, we have various contributors who are discussing, who usually quite often discuss arts and culture. There are many other people who also discuss international affairs and historical events of continuing significance. Some historical things which are quite often discussed in the political discourses of India. So basically, this is going to be based on the editorials which are published in the daily English newspapers and various magazines. Each editorial and each article will be taught to you in every live class on a daily basis thoroughly. It will be analyzed thoroughly so that you can develop the knack to read and understand the editorials comprehensively and answer the questions that follow it. Moving ahead, talking about the another important section, which is legal reasoning, which is going to have yet another 35 to 39 questions, or roughly 25% of the paper. So in this section, you will be expected to read passages of around 450 words each. The passages may relate to fact situations or scenarios involving legal matters, public policy questions, or moral philosophical inquiries. You will not require any prior knowledge of law. You will benefit from a general awareness of contemporary legal and moral issues to better apply general principles or propositions to the given fact scenarios. Okay. So in this section also, you will be given a passage of around 450 words each. This passage or this abstract might or might not be drawn from various journalistic sources like the legal editorials. We have so many legal editorials, like today we can see the newspapers or the editorial section, open editorial page of the newspapers full of legal editorials discussing about the hate speech, for example, in the current political scenario. We are also discussing about the Places of Worship Act 1991. We are also discussing about the sedition laws. So whatever is in vogue shall be discussed thoroughly, and each and every legal editorial shall be taught and analyzed thoroughly for a better understanding of the candidate. Okay, so each passage will be followed by a series of questions that will require you to identify and infer the rules and principles set out in the passage, apply such rules and principles to various fact situations, and understand how changes to the rules or principles may alter their application to various fact situations. Okay, so basically whatever law is discussed in those 450 words, you will be expected as a candidate to apply some basic rules of law, and for that we are here to guide and mentor you regarding the understanding of the basic principles of law and its application. Okay, so once the candidate develops the knack to understand the knack of reading the legal editorial and understanding or applying the basic rules of law, it becomes very easy for the candidate to answer the questions that follow it. Okay, so we are basically covering two sections of the Clat Ug paper. We are covering current affairs, including general knowledge, which is going to include contemporary events of significance from India and the world, arts and culture, international affairs, and historical events of continuing significance. We are in the next section, we are going to take up legal editorial on a daily basis in every class, and we are going to discuss it thoroughly. Once it is going to be once it is going to be taught to you comprehensively, and once you develop the knack to read and understand the legal editorials and the implications involved therein, it will become very easy for you to attempt the mocks that we have prepared for you. So the above syllabus has been taken from the website of the Consortium of National Law Universities, and it includes two sections of the whole syllabus: current affairs including general knowledge and legal reasoning, and our course module has been designed accordingly based on the two sections. This course module shall provide you comprehensive content on current affairs including general knowledge with live and recorded lectures for an in-depth analysis of each current issue through detailed discussions on each article's editorial, holistically covering all the relevant topics. The course lays great emphasis on developing a knack of reading the passages in students. The legal reasoning section of the course module shall delve greatly on developing legal acumen alongside developing the knack for reading and understanding the passages centered around legal issues. The legal editorials are often simply drafted, but there is always much behind each lucid phrase in the legal realm. The legal principles as discussed in the passages requires an aptitude to comprehend each case differently. This is what the every candidate appearing who aspires to become a lawyer has to understand, that each case has its own face and each phrase has its own meaning. We can't really square the round ball in a square hole every time. So each case and issue in the legal world have a different face. The legal wit and acumen of the student is tested on the jurisprudential attitude in solving each problem, and that's what our academy is going to focus upon. A round ball cannot be fixed in a square hole. These editorials taken from different journalistic sources shall be analyzed in a way to develop the problem-solving aptitude in students by imparting thorough knowledge of each legal issue. The classes shall greatly benefit each student in developing the juristic approach towards each contemporary legal issue. The course includes about 300 hours of live video lectures in addition to doubt clearing sessions and more than 16 mock tests on the given sections over a duration of 6 months, study material on Indian polity, current affairs including general knowledge, and legal articles or editorials for legal reasoning. The legal editorials and articles on current affairs including general knowledge, explanatory editorials on contemporary issues shall be discussed and uploaded on a daily basis. Besides this, what we are going to do is to create a separate section for the Indian polity for the aspirants of the Clat undergraduate 2023, and we are going to hold different classes for Indian polity. It is important for us to have a basic idea about the Constitution of India and the Indian political structure. In order to have a better understanding of the different legal issues and different contemporary issues which are relevant in any law entrance exam, it is pertinent for every candidate to have a basic idea about the Indian political structure. And for that, we are also going to cover the Indian polity comprehensively and at least up to a quantity, and which is more than sufficient for a law aspirant to understand the basic legal issues. Well, Clat 2023 and 24 participating NLUs and Clat number of seats are mentioned in my syllabus document. National Law School of India University, Bangalore, it's 120. National Academy of Legal Studies and Research, Hyderabad, 120. National Law Institute, University, Bhopal, 102. West Bengal National University of Juridical Sciences, Kolkata, 105. National Law University, Jodhpur, 104. Hidayatullah National Law University, Raipur, 160. Gujarat National Law University, Gandhinagar, 174. Ram Manohar Lohia National Law University, Lucknow, 169. Rajiv Gandhi National Law University, Patiala, 175. Chanakya National Law University, Patna, 120. National University of Advanced Legal Studies, Kochi, 60. National Law University, Odisha, Cuttack, 159. National University of Study and Research in Law, Ranchi, 120. National Law University and Judicial Academy, Guwahati, 60. Damodaram Sanjeevaya National Law University, Vishakhapatnam, 120. Tamil Nadu National Law School, Trichy, 114. Maharashtra National Law University, Mumbai, 100. Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur, 120. Maharashtra National Law University, Aurangabad, 60. Himachal Pradesh National Law University, Shimla, 120. Dharmshastra National Law University, Jabalpur, 120. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University, 120. That means the total CLAT seats in 2023 are 2,622, and to be a part of it, to be a part of this and to have a share in this figure, you really need to work hard and download the app and get yourself registered now without any further delay. Thank you.